So what's the inspiration for the outfit?
Uh, it's Mardi Gras. You can pretty much wear what you want to wear.
Okay.
I don't think I win best dressed this year. I think somebody else on our staff wins that.
Don, looking into this exhibition, I know you go in with a few things you want to see, but is there also a few times during the game where you just put five out on the floor and say react and then kind of freelance?
I mean, at this point, we want to try to start to get our substitution patterns in a good place. I mean, this team is playing hard. I mean, we could actually put five people on the floor. They play that hard. You know, maybe they won't have as much offensive continuity, but defensively, they're pretty connected. So I'm actually looking forward to seeing how they play some other people besides our practice players and ourselves.
Got an idea on the starting five?
Yeah, actually I do.
Could you share with us? If you want.
No, I'll just wait till y'all check it out.
Coach, how's Olivia improved over the last few months?
Olivia's improved a great deal. Just from a defensive standpoint, she is definitely not a lack of effort. So the effort's there. I think she has an understanding of where we need her to force people so we can help her. Obviously, her weakness is on the defensive side of the basketball, but if you can funnel people to the right places, you can be on the floor.
How excited are you to see her play at Colonial Life Arena in front of her home crowd?
I'm excited. Anytime that we can continue to have local people on our team, ones that can really contribute, it always helps us.
How has Victoria looked, and what improvements has she made since last year?
I mean, Victoria is just, she's much stronger, so she's finishing around the rim a lot better. She's jumping a lot higher, if you can imagine that. But I think she just looks more comfortable in her skin. Obviously, she's still at a place where she needs to improve, just fluidly working through our offenses. But as far as posting up, as far as she can shoot the ball, I mean, I think she's got to get confident shooting the basketball. Once she just does it, I don't care if she makes it or not at this point. Once she does it enough, she'll work at it to, loosen up a little bit and just be more confident, because that's what we want her to do.
Dawn, what have you liked about these preseason practices, and what's still a work in progress?
What I've liked is they come to work every day, every single day. We get better. Like, we don't take a step back, and that's real encouraging. They are extremely competitive. They work well together. Doesn't mean it's perfect basketball, but it's an attempt to play perfect basketball, to find the right shot on the floor, the best shot on the floor, to stay connected defensively. What we need to work on is what we don't have right now. Is just experience playing other people besides our practice players and ourselves.
Don, how is Letitia health-wise?
She's good. She's good. She'll play limited minutes, but if we leave it up to her, she can probably go full.
Is there anybody else dinged up or might miss Friday?
Destiny Littleton will miss Friday.
Just because she's ineligible or hurt?
A little bit of both. A little bit of both. She did not get approved for the waiver, unfortunately. So I'm going to leave it right there, because I could say some things that, is probably not, will be taken into context instead of out of context, because it would be directly. But she does have a chronic ankle injury that will need a small procedure. So she'll be out for a period of time.
How did she handle that news?
Probably as a young person would, very devastating. I handle it that way because we don't, when we're asking the NCAA to approve somebody for a waiver, we tell the truth. I think sometimes you have to fudge the truth a little bit in order for you to get those things approved. But I'm devastated for her. She's got a pass that, if she shares with any of you guys, and she may, I thought it was enough to allow her to play, to take a big piece of her life as far as basketball away from her. And that's what she's here to do. I think it wasn't a wise decision on their part, but, she's injured too. So we got that information after we found out the extent of her injury.
Is Was there any chance for an appeal or anything like that?
We appealed, so we lost both
Oh,
of
you
them.
both are.
So we wanted to give you guys one message at one time. Yes, instead of drag. Yes, yes.
What's the excitement like? Obviously, it's an exhibition, but obviously able to finally go out there, CLA, and turn the lights on, turn the scoreboard on, and go against somebody else.
It's exciting. I mean, this team, I'm proud of this team. I'm proud of, I keep saying connected because they are connected. It isn't anything. And I know you lose a little bit of the innocence and the purity of preseason where you don't have a starting lineup or you don't have a substitution pattern. But, when I put 5 people on the floor and the 7 players have to sit or stand on the sideline, they're cheering for each other. They are happy for each other. And I know, competitively speaking, they want to play and they want to be out there, but they're genuinely happy for each other.
Don, can an exhibition provide any answers to any questions you have about a team?
I mean, it may answer some questions that you may have. We're a work in progress, but I'm super excited to see what they, how they play and how they come together and gel when there are thousands of people watching them. So that is another hurdle that we'll probably, have to get over because we're young. Our freshmen, they're going to be excited to play in front of so many people. So I hope people show up so we can get a good feel for what a game feels like.
Don, you talked about the effort and that the effort has been there entirely. That's usually key to some of these defensive concepts that you want to teach them. How are they picking it up, and is that going along at a good pace?
We had a intra-squad scrimmage, and how they came out and played. That's why I'm so happy because they are connected. They're at least attempting to do what we ask them to do. Probably, I would say, 95% of what we did in that scrimmage. And when you could walk away from that and know that that's just the base of what we can be, we're super proud of that.
Don, kind of off topic, but I don't know if you saw Chino's comments about the three-point line, and what do you think about, should the three-point line be extended for the women's college game?
No, I mean, I like the three-point line where it is. I think, for us and women's basketball, that's a fair measurement on the floor that helps us as far as shooting percentage and what we're used to. A lot of change to what we're doing I don't think really helps the game. But the changes that we have made really, promoted our game. The quarters, our shot clock, offensive rebound resets to 20, advancing the ball. Those are all great things that have advanced our game. I don't think moving the three-point line at this point is something that will advance it.
You've talked about Ty and Kiki blending with this talented freshman class. How has that process been? Do you see chemistry forming, and how much more does it need to form over the next couple of weeks?
They have been incredible leaders. They have been the ones that have, had the biggest voice in the locker room, the biggest voice on the floor, and they're the chiefs. So we're gonna follow as they lead us. So I'm proud of where they are as well because they've held our young team to a high standard, and in order for you to do that, you yourself have to be on every day for practices. Even though they're probably bored with the information because they've been here for 3 years and they know it. You wouldn't know by how they practice each and every day.
How's the talent blending on the court?
I mean, talent is good. They just want to win, And I know maybe down the line it may be something else, but for right now, they just want to win.
What do they think about your costume?
They haven't seen my costume. We had practice this morning, so we didn't come in full costume. We were coaches we were coaches.
Champ, you didn't dress Champ up in anything?
Yeah, absolutely, he's dressed. Yes, absolutely. You didn't check the social media. He's the first person I post.
Don, Don, now that the NCAA Board of Governors has agreed to allow athletes to receive compensation for their name, likeness, image, what are your thoughts on that?
My thoughts on that and you're asking me at a time in which we didn't get approved for a waiver, I'm all for student athletes, getting their fair share of anything. Because if we're gonna make decisions and leave some of our kids not being able to play the game that they love, then they should be able to benefit some other way.
You would have been a nice beneficiary of it, I would imagine. 20 years ago in your hometown.
Right, maybe I can, we passed the statute of limitations. I need to know. I need to know.
Get on that.